Hello Google, this is Ed from Bright Analytics here. Recording a video to try and show you how our platform works and why we want to get access to the DV360 and Google Ads API scopes, which are currently sensitive and causing warnings when we try to authenticate. So here I am in Bright Analytics. This is a sort of, this is our OAuth kind of connection, sort of jump off point. Here we are about to authenticate a Google Analytics connection for our demo client. So we're going to hit authenticate now. This will jump us off to Google. Just for the purposes of this, you can see obviously client. Oh, it's a bit awkward, isn't it? There it is. There's the client, which lines up with the client we're trying to get this approval for. So that's the only client we're trying to get approved. I am going to log in as me, and I am going to say, yes, I am happy for Bright Analytics to have access to my Google Analytics data. Hit allow. That bounces back to our system. We exchange codes, etc., and we generate an OAuth token. We then use that OAuth token to make a request to the corresponding API, so in this case Google Analytics, to fetch some data back for a specific view ID or a specific account. So it's going to run that. So this is now going to go off and fetch data for the last 7 days. Hopefully, yeah, it's already done. Took less than a second to get that in. So that data is coming back to us. And what we would do with that data is create, our business is all about creating dashboards and reporting solutions. So all we want to do is put that data into essentially a kind of performance report. So it's just a quick example. We're pulling e-commerce data back there. So we're going to pull in revenue and transactions metrics that we made earlier. Let's break it down by date and by, say, medium. This is details, getting into making a chart. So let's look at the last 7 days. Hit preview. And there we go, we have a chart and we have some data and it's telling us how many transactions we had, 89 VS, 98 VS, etc., etc. So we want to be able to do something similar for DV360 and for Google Ads. When we go to authenticate a DV360 connection, go through the same process, OAuth, authenticate now. I am going to log in as me, and we get this unverified warning, which is because we appreciate this app's are sensitive. So just as we tried to do with Google Analytics there, all we want to do once we've got that access approved to that platform for a particular customer, then we'll be pulling back essentially performance data from the reporting systems on Google Ads and DV360. So aggregated performance data, delivery, spend, broken down by campaigns, ad groups, keywords, etc. There's no customer data. There's no desire to create and mutate campaigns or do any trafficking or anything like that. It's purely reporting, and our access to these platforms is only possible because our customers have gone through that OAuth process themselves, and their access to their accounts is what we're using when we generate that access token that we then use. Obviously they can revoke that at some point in the future if they want to and need to. But yeah, so just as we're doing with Google Analytics, we're trying to create simple performance reporting that brings together data from different platforms and puts it into reports, these kinds of reports. Delivery, clicks, costs, click-through rates, potentially getting in some detail around the site or the campaign or the advertiser. But essentially, yeah, aggregated performance data. So hopefully you're happy with what we're doing and you can approve our access to those two sensitive scopes. Obviously, if you do have any questions, please let us know and we can provide more detail. Thank you.